This episode is made possible by Skillshare and viewers like you. More on Skillshare at the end of the video. Hey, Cypher here. This one's a bit of an odd bird. I don't really have much to say, since so much of the film's subject matter is shrouded in mystery. It's basically just about a guy who thought he could go find a lost city in the Amazon rainforest, and ended up never being seen again. Percy Fawcett, the main character, went on a few expeditions to South America in his lifetime. He was thought to be a bit of a crackpot with the whole City of Zed concept.
I am proposing that Amazonia contain a hidden civilization.
Much like the conquistadors before him, he went into the jungle to find a mythical city and never returned. So why even make a movie about a guy whose most famous deed was simply disappearing? Basically, they just turned this into a biographic flick. In doing so, they kinda had to compress a lot of his life down. That might be necessary, but they missed an interesting part of his life in the process. He was a surveyor spy for a while. And yes, that's a thing. Basically, he'd arrive at some country as a civilian and do some secret surveys so that the British could have plans for invasions. They also boiled down his previous explorations of the Brazilian rainforest into 3 expeditions, rather than the 8 he actually did. But mere exploits are not enough to constitute a film. Drama must be derived from somewhere else. In this case, basically everything that happens during his explorations is made up, because frankly the sourcing just isn't there. Fawcett's second son did publish a compilation of his father's writings and reports, so there's plenty there, but it's the doggerel of exploration, not juicy stuff like complaints of Indian enslavement, interpersonal strife, or even some characters. What bugs me is that they tried to make Fawcett into some forward-thinking hero.
On mythical kingdoms of gold. Now those fantasies lured the conquistadors to their destruction.
Sir, it was the conquistadors and we who have been destroying Amazonia.
He was certainly racist. His wife was not a suffragette.
Not a place for a woman.
Yes.
We believe firmly in the equality between us.
And he was content with calling the locals savages. I thought we were done with whitewashing figures like this, but the director went out of his way to do so. That director has fought back against such criticism by saying, "I just think that they have no right being a movie critic, and what they're arguing is so absurd and idiotic, because I'm not making a documentary. Meh." Well, no, buddy. You are the absurd idiot who thinks that your movie is above reproach, despite you having no respect for the subject matter you're trying to depict. This director fell on his own sword, swinging it about because he was afraid of a little criticism. Why do these fools think that they can make a movie about a subject and then piss all over it without being criticized? Either way, the film fails to capture Fawcett, his family, or his exploits. Even the final scenes of him being dragged away by some tribe in what looks to be an elaborate ritual fails to show that there were others with Fawcett besides his son. It's like it's enshrining Fawcett in memory despite the guy not really having done much of anything. It's B-movie schlock, aspiring to be more than what it is. The movie is strange and not really worthwhile. I just don't have much to say, since Fawcett was not really that interesting of a figure. Now, if they wanted an interesting figure, they should have gone with one of the people sent after him, Peter Fleming. But the movie doesn't talk about the guy, so I won't either. Or they should have condensed the movie further to focus on 1 or 2 of these expeditions, without all the stupid, "I'm going to save the Indians" bull. But that would require understanding the subject at hand. Instead, the movie talks about the discovery of a network of ancient towns that were found in the rainforest. This is called the Kuhikugu culture. They did not predate European civilization, nor were they particularly big settlements. About 50,000 people lived in 20 or so towns, which were all wiped out by European diseases. It was not this fabled City of Zed, like the movie implies. Just avoid this one, it's not worth your time. I feel annoyed spending this much time on it myself. Hollywood should know better than to whitewash their heroes by now, but these guys never learn. They continue to contribute to an already toxic community that makes oodles of cash with their racism, as this director shows. Given this review, you know the studio is going to play games with the copyright on this one. So I'd like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. They are an online community meant to give you new skills. It's right there in the name. They have thousands of classes on subjects like writing, language, tech, and even video editing. You know us historians are famously Luddites. Even though I've been at this YouTube thingamajig for 5 years, my mind exists a century in the past. I still need to learn the basics of video editing. And there's so much depth you can go into with these fancy things people call computer programs? I only have a passing understanding of Premiere Pro. So Skillshare is a way to keep up with the times, and you can too. A premium membership will give you unlimited access to excellent classes from experts working in their field. That way, you can improve your skills and find new opportunities to do the work you want to do. The membership is affordable, more so than most learning platforms. It's just an annual subscription for less than $10 a month. But if you click on the link in the description below, you'll get 2 months free. But only the first 500 people who click the link below get the free offer. So go check out Skillshare. There's a link in the description. And thanks for watching.